We're in the holiday season. Well, holiday cheer sometimes brings bad news in the form of a DUI. 3 weeks ago, we talked about DUIs during the holiday season. Every state does things differently, however, and that brings us to this week's case. Now, last time we talked about it, 3 weeks ago, it was Iowa. Iowa gives everyone an opportunity to either give a breath test or a urine sample. If the person refuses, boom, their license is automatically suspended for a specific period of time. But as I say, every state does it differently. Well, Texas has a new program this year, doing things quite differently in Texas. And what Texas does, because of the escalation that they've had in DUIs in recent years and a crackdown that they're underway with, they now have a program whereby someone is given a choice between either a breath test or a blood test. Now, if the person says, I'm not going to have a breath test, then what the officer does is he immediately faxes a magistrate. Magistrate's like a judge. And the magistrate looks at what the officer has to say and says, is there probable cause for a search? And what's the search consist of? The search consists of taking the person's blood. That's right, having a blood draw done. The state of Texas has put together a coordinated program whereby there are magistrates who are on call, who are standing by, and where there are medical providers, various medical practitioners who are available to draw blood. And when the officer, and if the officer gets approval to engage in a search, that officer also has the ability to strap the person down and mandatorily draw blood. As we all know, or as at least many people know, blood samples for DUI purposes are more accurate than breathalyzer. Generally, when someone has a high blood alcohol content that's demonstrated by blood, the majority of those people don't want to try those cases, and they plead out, or as a lot of the guys in Texas say, if there's blood, well, people plead. So if it bleeds, there's pleading. So point being that when people have this blood test taken, many of them, in fact, plead out. That moves these cases forward more quickly, and as a result of that, Texas is spending lots of time, effort, and money to have available magistrates on call and also medical providers, medical practitioners who will be there to draw blood immediately. Why does it have to be done immediately? Because blood alcohol levels change rapidly. They go down very quickly if someone is not obviously drinking, and therefore it's necessary to take this evidence immediately. Now, some people will say, wait a second. Forcing somebody to give a blood sample, isn't that actually testifying against yourself, and isn't there a constitutional prohibition against doing that? Well, this has been constitutionally challenged in Texas on a number of occasions, and all the Texas courts have come away saying, no, it's not self-incrimination, and yes, the police can, provided they get a search warrant, mandatorily take a blood sample. We bring you this as we bring you cases every week so you understand how the law works. Here is an instance of how states differ. Now, your state may even do things a bit differently. It's that time of year, as I say, where unfortunately some holiday cheer can sometimes bring some bad news in the form of a DUI. Guys and gals, you know what's going on. We bring this so, in fact, you do know how the law works. I'm David Allen.